Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer.com. Today on our 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the CURT Class III 2-inch trailer hitch receiver. Now what separates this hitch from many of the others is the clearance it's going to offer. It's going to sit out well past our back bumper as opposed to many of the other ones that sit flush. That means it's going to be really easy to use, and it's going to work really well with those folding accessories. That way we have more clearance to go past our spare tire. So that's especially useful for those of you that have those oversized spare tires and plan on using your hitch a lot. Now this is a Class 3 hitch, so it's going to have that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening and a reinforced collar for extra strength. That 2-inch by 2-inch opening is going to allow you to use just about any accessory you'd ever want. It's also going to have a standard 5A size pinhole. Now keep in mind that a pin and clip does not come included, but if you need one, you can find it here at eTrailer. It's also going to have a plate style safety chain openings, which are round, and they give us plenty of space to use just about any size hook that we might have. Now as far as the hitch's weight capacities go, it's going to have a 350-pound maximum gross tongue weight rating. And that's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on our hitch. So that's going to work perfect for those 1 to 3 bike racks. As far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, it's going to be 3,500 pounds, the amount of weight pulling on our hitch. So that's the weight of your trailer plus anything you might have on it. Now this hitch can be used with the weight distribution system, which is a separate component, but if you're using that, the weight capacities do increase. The maximum tongue weight rating goes up to 400 pounds, and the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes up to 4,000 pounds. However, it is always a good idea to check with your Jeep's owner's manual to make sure you can pull that much weight. It's going to be a good all-around hitch because of the fact that it's Class 3 and it has that longer receiver tube giving us more clearance. So whether you plan on using it for accessories or even towing, this is going to be a good choice. And if you do plan on doing some towing with your Jeep, I'd recommend picking up some trailer wiring. That way your trailer lights will work as you tow it down the road. Now I'm going to give you a few measurements. These are going to help you when figuring out which hitch mounted accessories to get. From the ground to the top inside edge of your receiver tube opening, it's going to be about 20.5 inches. And you're going to use that to figure out if you need to get a ball mount with either a drop or a rise. Now from the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of our spare tire, that's going to be about 8 inches. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of our rear bumper, the hitch pin hole is actually going to sit about 1.5 inches past our bumper. And you're going to use those measurements to figure out if any folding accessories you might have can be stored in the upright position without contacting either your bumper or your spare tire. One thing I will have to say, this is a very easy hitch to install. So let's go ahead and put it on together now. To begin our installation, I'd like to point out our 4 attachment points that's going to hold our hitch into place. They're going to be located right here in this area underneath our spare tire. There's going to be 4 factory drilled holes that we're going to use. One here, 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 and here. Now once we get our hitch up into place, we're not going to be able to see all that well, so I'd just like to point out the hardware that we're going to be using to secure our hitch. Our bolt is going to go in from the back, facing the rear bumper. We're going to put a flat washer on it. We're going to hold our hitch up into place and slide that bolt through the hitch, through our attachment point. Then on the other side of the hitch, we're going to secure it using a flange nut. So now we can take our hitch and line the holes up in the hitch with the corresponding holes here on the back of our Jeep. Then we're just going to take a couple bolts and slide them all the way through. That way the hitch will support itself while we work on the rest of the hardware. Now something that I do want to point out is that some models may have existing bolts attaching a plate with weld nuts on it. Here we're going to secure our hitch. And to do that, what you'll need to do is remove those factory bolts. And the hitch is going to need to be slid in between the bracket and our mounting tube. and then we're going to re-secure it using the factory hardware that we took out. Now with all of our bolts pushed through, we can secure the other ends of them with our flange nut. Now since it is pretty tight back here, it's going to be difficult to hold that nut with your fingers and try to turn the bolt. So I actually come up with a trick, and we're going to take our 3/4 inch box wrench and our flange nut, and I actually just put some tape around the front of the wrench and push my nut in it. That way it'll stay put, and we can hold the wrench up through there and tighten the bolt into it. And then once you get it started, what you're going to be able to do is just pull downward on a wrench, and that'll pull the tape away from the nut. I'm going to repeat that same process for the 3 remaining bolts. Now with all of our hardware in place and hand tight, we can snug it all down. Now we can use a torque wrench to tighten everything down to the proper specification. You can find that torque specification in your instructions. And that'll do it for our look at and our installation of the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.